What if you could replace your entire workout with just 3 exercises? No machines, no fancy equipment, no complicated training split, just your body, 3 fundamental movements, and a system that forces you to get stronger over time. If you lost access to your gym tomorrow, how would you maintain your strength? The answer might be simpler than you think. Push up, pull up, and squat. At first, that sounds almost too simple, but when you understand how to perform these movements correctly, how to progress them, and most importantly, how to continually challenge your body, these 3 exercises can become the foundation of an incredibly effective strength system. This is one of the ideas that makes military-style physical training so interesting. The goal isn't simply to build muscles that look good in front of a mirror. The goal is to build a body that can push, pull, lift, move, endure, and keep performing when fatigue starts taking over. If you enjoy simple but effective training methods, hit like on this video. And if you want to discover more training systems inspired by military fitness, sports, and strength science, make sure to subscribe. Because sometimes becoming stronger isn't about adding more exercises. It's about getting better at the movements that matter most. Let's start with the first exercise, the push-up. The push-up is one of the most familiar exercises in the fitness world, and that's exactly why so many people underestimate it. A properly performed push-up isn't simply about lowering your body and pushing it back up. When your body stays in a straight line from your head to your heels, your chest, triceps, and shoulders work together to produce force. At the same time, your core has to stabilize your entire body. That means the push-up is, to a certain degree, a full-body movement. If your hips sag toward the floor, you lose stability. If your hips rise too high, the movement becomes less effective. If your elbows flare excessively, you may place unnecessary stress on your shoulders. A quality push-up isn't defined by how many repetitions you can force yourself to complete. It's defined by how well you can control every inch of the movement. And this is where we can learn an important lesson. You don't need to constantly search for a new exercise to keep making progress. You simply need to make the exercise you're already doing more challenging over time. At first, you might perform standard push-ups. Then you increase your repetitions, reduce your rest periods, slow down the lowering phase, pause at the bottom, or move to more challenging variations such as diamond push-ups, decline push-ups, or explosive push-ups. This is progressive overload, and progressive overload doesn't always mean adding another plate to a barbell. You can increase difficulty by changing leverage, range of motion, tempo, or your ability to control your body. A basic push-up can become an entirely different challenge when every repetition is performed slowly and deliberately. But if you only train pushing, your body is still missing a critical piece. Because strength isn't just about your ability to push. You also need the ability to pull, and that's where the pull-up comes in. The pull-up is one of the best tests of relative strength. In simple terms, you're asking your body to pull its own weight off the ground. There's nowhere to hide. There are no machines guiding the movement. You have to control your entire body. During a pull-up, your lats play a major role in pulling your upper arms toward your torso. Your biceps assist at the elbow, and the muscles around your shoulder blades help stabilize the shoulder joint. But once again, your core is still part of the equation. If you're constantly swinging your body to generate momentum, you may complete more repetitions. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're building more strength. A quality pull-up begins with control. You can start by learning to hang from the bar with stability. Then learn how to control your shoulder blades. Next, build your pulling strength with row variations. If you can't perform a pull-up yet, that's completely normal. You can use resistance bands. You can practice negative pull-ups starting at the top position and lowering yourself under control. The goal isn't to prove that you're strong on day one. The goal is to gradually build enough strength to perform a more difficult movement. And this is one of the most important principles I want you to remember. Don't become obsessed with the number. Someone performing 15 pull-ups with excessive momentum isn't necessarily stronger than someone performing 8 strict repetitions through a full range of motion. In strength training, movement quality should come before quantity, because your body doesn't just need to produce force, it needs to learn how to control force. And once push-ups and pull-ups have built a foundation for your upper body, there's still one major piece missing: your legs. The squat. The squat may be one of the most fundamental human movements. We sit down, we stand up, we climb stairs, we lift objects. All of these actions require strength from the lower body. A properly performed bodyweight squat requires coordination between your feet, ankles, knees, hips, and core. As you lower your body, your muscles have to control the movement. As you stand back up, your quads and glutes produce force to drive your body upward. But a good squat isn't simply about how deep you can go. The real question is how well you can control the entire movement. Are your feet stable? Are your knees tracking appropriately? Can you maintain control of your torso? Can you push through the ground and stand up with strength? These are the factors that determine the quality of your squat. And just like push-ups and pull-ups, the squat can be progressed almost indefinitely. You can start with a basic bodyweight squat, then move to pause squats, jump squats, Bulgarian split squats, eventually progressing toward pistol squats or adding external resistance. Once again, the issue isn't how many exercises you have. The issue is whether you have a system that allows you to progress. And that's why I believe push-ups, pull-ups, and squats make such a powerful combination. Push represents your ability to push. Pull represents your ability to pull. Squat represents your ability to generate force through your lower body. These three movements don't cover every aspect of physical fitness, but they provide an incredibly valuable foundation. However, there's something I want to make clear. You shouldn't interpret this as saying that 3 exercises can completely replace every form of training in every situation. If your goal is to run a marathon, you need to run. If you want to maximize your absolute strength, you may need heavy resistance training. If you want to improve your ability to carry heavy objects, loaded carries have their own unique value. And if you want to improve mobility, you need to train mobility as well. So the real value of this approach isn't the claim that you should eliminate everything else. The real value is the mindset of simplicity. If you only have 20 minutes, if you don't have access to a gym, if you're traveling, or if you've taken a long break from training and don't know where to start, you don't need a perfect program. You can start with 3 fundamental movements: push, pull, squat. Then turn those movements into a system. For example, you could perform each exercise for 3 to 5 sets, choosing a repetition range that matches your current ability while maintaining good technique. You don't have to train to absolute failure on every set. Instead, most of the time, leave 1 or 2 good repetitions in reserve and focus on maintaining quality. Then reassess every few weeks. Can you perform more repetitions? Is your technique improving? Can you recover faster between sets? Are you ready to move to a more difficult variation? That's what real progress looks like. For example, if today you can perform 4 sets of push-ups with 10 quality repetitions per set, your next goal might be 12 or 15 repetitions with the same technique. Once you reach a certain level, instead of endlessly adding more repetitions, you can move to a more challenging variation. That's how strength continues to develop. And this is what makes bodyweight training so unique. You're not just training your muscles. You're learning how to control your body. You're learning how to coordinate multiple muscle groups. You're learning how to create force against the ground. And most importantly, you're learning how to maintain technique when fatigue starts to take over. That's the kind of fitness that has value beyond the gym. Because real strength isn't measured only by how much weight you can lift. It's also measured by your ability to move, your ability to control your body, your ability to endure, and your ability to continue performing when your body is no longer comfortable. From this perspective, these 3 exercises aren't some magical secret. They're 3 foundational building blocks. Push-ups build your pushing strength, pull-ups build your pulling strength, squats build the foundation of lower body strength. And when you combine them with progressive overload, proper technique, and consistency, you can turn an incredibly simple system into a serious challenge that forces your body to keep adapting. But remember, minimalism does not mean easy. Doing fewer exercises doesn't mean you can train with less focus. In fact, when you only have 3 exercises, you have to pay even more attention to every repetition. You have to monitor your technique, control your tempo, track your progress, and understand when your body is ready to move to the next level. That's the difference between simply working out and actually training to become stronger. So if you've been overwhelmed by hundreds of workout programs across the internet, try going back to the basics. You don't need 20 different exercises. You don't need a gym filled with expensive machines. And you don't need a complicated training split that takes hours to complete. Start with 3 movements: push, pull, squat, then turn them into a system. Train consistently, increase the difficulty, improve your technique, and be patient, because your body doesn't change after one workout. Strength doesn't appear after 1 week. But if you continue providing the right stimulus over the course of months, your body will adapt. And perhaps that's the biggest lesson of all. Strength doesn't come from doing as many things as possible. Strength comes from identifying what matters, doing it well, repeating it long enough, and constantly finding ways to improve. If you found this video useful, hit like to support the channel. Share this video with someone who wants to start training but believes they need a fully equipped gym. And if you want to discover more simple, science-based, and effective training methods inspired by military fitness, sports, and some of the world's most demanding training systems, make sure to subscribe. Because sometimes becoming stronger doesn't require more. Sometimes you just need to go back to the basics and do them better every single day.